All right, let's talk climate change. But I'm warning you, today's angle might surprise you. We're asking, could Donald Trump's way of handling this whole climate deal actually be onto something? Yeah, I know, roll back this, roll back that. The guy's got his own playbook. But according to Bjørn Lomborg, a researcher who wrote The Skeptical Environmentalist and False Alarm, there's actually some method to the madness. Hear me out. What if a little economic growth and healthy skepticism could actually get us somewhere? So let's dive in. And listen, don't go lighting up the comments just yet. So here's the setup. Trump questions everything, right? The regulations, the alarmist slogans, it's all up for debate. And Lomborg? He's saying maybe that's what we need. Less running around in circles, screaming, and a little more of a measured approach. Less we're doomed, and more, hey, let's do this sensibly. Because yeah, we all know climate change is real. But this guy Lomborg, he's basically saying, let's use some common sense and focus on cost-effective moves instead of shoveling money into black holes. Maybe Trump's approach isn't as wild as it sounds, huh? Let's look at it. So Lomborg's got this book, False Alarm, and he goes, look, climate change is a problem, no one's denying that. But the guy's saying we're over here panicking like there's a meteor headed for us. And the real problem is all that panic. It's turning the solutions into bad, expensive solutions. We're doing things just so we can pat ourselves on the back instead of looking at what actually works. And he's like, why don't we start with affordable actions? It's kind of like what Trump's been saying all along. Why wreck the economy when you could, I don't know. Take some smaller, smarter steps? Think about it. All these trillions of dollars on climate policy, and Lomborg's basically waving a red flag like, hey, you're lighting your money on fire. Would it kill us to look at that? Maybe try something we can measure that actually works. That's Trump's whole thing, cut the nonsense, keep things efficient. Seems like Lomborg agrees. All right, let's talk Paris Agreement. Trump backed out, right? The world gasps, oh, how dare he? But Lomborg, he's saying, hey, maybe he's not nuts. In The Skeptical Environmentalist, Lomborg's got all these stats showing that these big, dramatic climate commitments, yeah, they cost a fortune and barely move the needle. And you know who foots the bill? Big nations like the US. So Trump's like, hold up, you're telling me we're throwing cash at this thing, and for what? Some small, tiny reduction in global temperature by, I don't know, the year 3000. Lomborg says we could spend that cash in way smarter ways like, I don't know, cleaning up pollution or boosting local economies. Stuff that actually makes a difference. Maybe Trump's got a point here. Take care of things that help people now instead of tossing billions into global climate promises that look nice on paper but don't do squat today. Now, Trump loves fossil fuels, and everybody loses their minds, right? But Lomborg says, hold up, maybe there's a reason. He's not saying we should ignore renewables, no. He's saying they're great. Someday. But they're not ready yet. You can't just flick a switch, close the oil rigs, and expect solar panels to handle everything. Not without, ridiculous subsidies. And here's the kicker. Lomborg says that as technology improves, the market's naturally gonna lean greener. But if we force that transition right now, the price tag is massive. So Trump's out here saying, hey, let's keep our energy independence while we wait for the tech to catch up. It's a gradual plan. But apparently it's not sexy enough for people, so they trash it. Go figure. Lomborg throws out this crazy idea in False Alarm. What if we stop trying to fight every possible degree of warming and started, adapting? Improve our infrastructure, boost healthcare, things that actually help communities handle whatever climate change throws at us. And wouldn't you know it? Trump's focus on, say, infrastructure? That might actually play into this, even if it wasn't the original plan. A few more bridges, better roads, decent healthcare, that stuff actually helps when there's a natural disaster, So maybe this isn't about ignoring climate change, but about building up what we have to handle it. Trump's focus on boosting local resources could be a side door into real resilience. You think Lomborg's got a point? All right, so Trump's approach is different, sure. But you read Lomborg, and suddenly it's like, hey, maybe we don't have to nuke our economy to tackle climate change. Maybe we try targeted investments, keep our economy humming, and build a foundation that can actually handle whatever the planet throws at us. Crazy thought, right? So what do you think? Are we talking sanity here, or is this way too risky? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you're into, thinking things through instead of just freaking out.
That's all I'm saying.